Oh shit, here we go again.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Period.
sir.
Yeah.
Is we live? Let me make sure. Let me make sure.
We're gonna do the whole podcast.
There ain't no audio in this bitch. What it is? What's good? What's good, my niggas? This is Type Beat. Obviously, it's a different nigga in this seat. A little bit more light skinned, slightly more handsome. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? A little taller too. You know what I'm saying? Hoop a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Nah, even dunk on me. It's kind of
I'm probably gonna get your ass.
Anyway, this Type Beat, a producer podcast. It's the same cast but a different order. Mad is out. Kid is down sick. So we got the midnight crew here.
Yeah.
Period.
And we lit.
Let's get it.
Behind me we get
LJ1S, what up?
Unique. Period. The fro in the way, but I'm over here. Period.
you sit back. Big fro ass. Ooh, I could do that too.
Yeah.
Nah, so shit off, just blame me. Man, doing all of this. So I ain't familiar, but we finna have some fun today. Before we even get into any of this shit, we gotta start. If y'all niggas don't got the Unapologetic World app,
What the fuck is wrong with you,
what
man?
the fuck is you doing, bro? Like,
Get that shit.
like, what is your life about? Like, if you really want to talk about better quality of life and like living and breathing, like,
You know,
You need to have the Unapologetic World app.
this is your life without it.
You-
This is your life with it.
come
you know
on,
what
bro.
I'm
This
saying?
is your brain without the word app. and
It's
this
your
is-
brain right here.
Yeah.
You
know
ain't
what
got
I'm
it.
It's just a better quality of
just eat
living, bro.
brains
Like, everything,
Wow.
everything for me came up after I got the Unapologetic. My beats was sounding like fucking
Man, what?
Period.
trash, bro. Like, the motherfucker was crazy, bro. Them just was
Tell him,
like,
man. Shit
I
was
got the
salty as
Unapologetic
hell.
Word out, nigga. Placements went crazy.
Bro.
Dr. Dre, Drake, Lil Yachty, I got all that shit.
Period.
Don't go check the credits, but I got all that shit after getting the Unapologetic Word out, bro. Like all this, like I couldn't hoop, I couldn't dunk before I got the Word out, bro. I got the app.
It was real. I saw it.
I grabbed the basketball and I fucking windmilled that bitch.
Windmill,
Man.
nigga, what?
Bro.
Who
On the nigga neck. Like,
Come on,
what's
bro.
up?
Like,
left
so,
a rash
you know
on
what I'm
that?
saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't in this world, but if you trying to get the hoes too, bro, you get the Unapologetic, get that app, bro. Get the Unapologetic Word
It's
app.
a
Bro.
flex.
Whatever you trying to do, the app gonna get you there, bro.
Don't get you there.
And
I'm
for
not
sure.
lying to you. I wouldn't lie to you, bro. That's not what I do. Anyway, what we got today?
Yeah,
bro?
man.
What we talking
so
about?
over the weekend, I'm not sure entirely when it was shot, but Dr. Dre and Snoop were being interviewed, and Dr. Dre spoke on, too many producers on the album. So that's one. I seen another.
Shout out
Illmind
Dr.
was
Dre.
speaking on like the perfect number of beats to send out to an artist through email. So I was wondering, like, what's y'all perfect number? Whether it's beats or songs or hooks or whatever, like, what's that perfect number that you're sending to an artist? And then what was the other one we had? We had
15 minutes.
15-minute challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, I've been going crazy with the 15-minute challenges, but I want to know.
Kid
Like-
says he was addicted to
Bro,
them.
no, bro, I'm telling you, it got to the point where my morning don't start off like I needed to. I'd be like, bro, what? Like, it's a fail. But nah, like, what's y'all approach with it? Because it is a challenge. And, I think we do it out of just the sport of, like, with sampling challenges and stuff. But, like, just a 15-minute challenge as a whole, like, what's your approach? Would your goal be to, like, for me right now this week, it's been to create within that 15 minutes, like, without using melodic samples. So because I'm trying to get better with the keys. So I'm just wondering, like, when y'all approach or do the 15-minute challenge, like, what's y'all mindset? What y'all thinking about? What are y'all trying to improve? Are y'all just experimenting or you just going with it?
I guess I can speak on that one.
We start with
Shoot.
that.
We start there. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do it.
literally start with my melody first. Like I love to sample, but I'm not too quick to go to a sample. Like here lately, I have been flexing my fingers on the keys lately or whatnot because I feel like every piece of music that we've ever heard almost, I won't say it will, but almost sounds like something else. The same melody of some other song is just put in a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Given a different kind of key or something like that. So I literally start with my melody, or I'll sing. I'll just start singing throughout the day. When y'all ain't no singing ass
I'm
niggas.
just
You know
acting
what
like,
I'm
'cause if
saying?
I could
So
sing, I probably
they
wouldn't be,
can't do it like me, but no, but
That is. I would not.
I will not even test that.
but I definitely love me a good melody. Sometimes it's the bass for me. Like sometimes I hear a funky ass bass and just go off of that. You know what I'm saying? I rarely start with my drums. I rarely start with drums unless I hear a dope ass drum break.
So would you say when you're approaching the 15-minute challenge, it's more so about like how you're feeling? When you're
It's
creating?
how I'm feeling, what mood I'm in. And even sometimes like I won't even listen to any music or whatnot. I'll probably listen to the rain or some shit, or listen to all the cars pass by outside or something like
Okay,
that.
I just record that shit. and throw it
Yeah,
in
no,
front of you.
literally, I literally do. Like literally to add some ambiance to the
Yeah,
beat,
yeah.
definitely.
Were you before I know you did the producer challenge a bunch of times, so you've done a bunch of like time-based challenges. Before that, were you doing any like
Nope.
just okay? Do you,
But at home, like it wouldn't take me long to build a beat. Like I've just never had to chop a sample before. Like when it came to like coming up with a melody or something like that, it's like, okay, I got that shit. But when it came to like finding the melody within somebody else's shit, that's when it'll take me a little minute. But doing these 15-minute challenges has like helped me be a lot sharper. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And find it ASAP. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever done like the 15-minute challenge on some songwriting type shit?
So I've been in very like pressured moments to where a song had to be written right then and there for the artist
Right.
because they had other shit to go do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a 15-minute, but it was like,
It was that pressure.
yeah, it was the pressure of it all. And hell yeah, I handled that shit. And period.
I think, yeah, for me, like I was saying earlier, I try to be. I have moments, of course, where I just create off of feeling. But I think I'm at a point now, like on this journey within my career, where I'm like, nah, I want to get better, and I'm being more intentional about what I want to get better at. Like watching Mad go through the, piano, sabbat or whatever, and just seeing like how the style changed once he got done with it. Once he came out of it, I'm like, oh nah, bro, I have to like really lock in and be intentional about doing this. Like it's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lock in and try to learn scales and this and that, but like I find because for me that isn't as inspiring, I have to force it on some like use that when I'm creating.
Yeah.
So now I try to like when I do the challenge, I approach it like, okay, let's create in this key, and let's just use that key and see what we can come up with. And that's been pretty fun. And I think once I get better with that, I am going to approach like different moves and genres and stuff. Because again, I've told the story before. I was in a session one time with an artist, and because I was so used to creating off of emotions, she wanted something where I was not feeling. She was in a happily like bubble type mood, and I was like, nigga, pissed off at the world. I was like, fuck, how am I gonna figure this out? I figured it out, but it just took too long than I would have liked in that process. So ever since then, I'm like, okay, I have to get better at this. So I try to, within those challenges, for the most part, try to be intentional about like, okay, if this is a challenge, let's truly challenge myself. Let's not just be like, so, okay, I feel this way, so I'm gonna create this way. I try to like, all right, today I'm gonna make some pop shit, 15 minutes, let's go. Let's see what that sounds like. And I just trust it. Like, and I think that's the biggest thing throughout this process. It's just been forcing me to trust the ideas that come to me, because me ultimately I don't feel that the ideas that we receive necessarily come from us. Like we have the skills and we can build that, but a lot of these ideas, I feel like that's some spiritual shit for me.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, and a lot of times when I don't like an idea, I'm getting to the point now when I feel myself starting to like fight against the idea of just creating. To me, it's starting to look like you questioning God. Like, this is because a lot of times, even if it's been times where I didn't like the beat, but an artist hearing be like, bro, this is crazy, and then that does something crazy and it connect me somewhere else or whatever. So it's like I'm forcing myself to trust the process even more.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of been my approach lately.
Bro, do you think doing the 15-minute challenge is like helping you learn your tools, like your
for sure.
instrument better?
For sure.
And then is your instrument setting you up to do something like that?
Yeah.
Efficiently.
For sure. Yeah. It's definitely forcing me to learn the machine. It's certain things in there that like I thought I knew that I did, and I'm like, this took too long to do. It wasn't as efficient. I had to go back. Like once the challenge was over, like, okay, what happened that helped, what didn't help, and start, like again, I'm constantly rearranging and reorganizing my template, and that's really what it's doing. It's forcing me to even just the sounds, the effects I use, my go-to. Like initially when I started doing the challenge, I just opened up the machine blank, and then I started paying attention. Okay, what am I often going to? What effects am I always using? Whatever. Okay, what gets me here faster? What's the settings like? I'm really starting to
I'm
really starting to pay attention to me and my style. Again, because as we all know, it's about building your world.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
Yeah, shout out to Kid in the chat. My boy said the app is the pathway to the hose for sure.
For sure, he know what's up.
Them scamming hoes.
My brother, we not talking. We not gonna speak on the. Hold on. We not gonna speak on the scammers right now. That's a different time, different story for different time. But my brother, Kid. True words have never been spoken, bro.
You know what's up.
The app is the pathway to all your desires. Go get that.
It's better than having a genie, bro.
You feel me?
Don't sleep on
yourself. But I feel like for me, like the 10 minute, bro, I don't know if Kid will remember this, bro. It was the funniest laugh I've ever gotten, and I don't remember what Kid said, bro, but we was in Studio B. We used to be in Studio B so much and so long that we would start to go like delirious, bro. Like we was in Studio B one day, and I was trying to do a beat in 1 minute, bro.
go.
Let's go.
I was trying to do a 1 minute challenge, bro.
Wow.
That was the funniest beat. That was the funniest beat I've ever made in my life, bro. I got video of it of me just crying, laughing because after I made it, Kid said something. It was very funny. I just don't remember what the fuck he said. But anyway, the beat was very
We need
trash.
to try that shit.
I'm gonna
though,
do
for
it.
real.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start it.
I might be different
60
now. This
seconds.
was years ago, but I'm under the assumption that that's just impossible. Like you can do something in 1 minute. You can build on a beat, but I don't
Yeah.
think you can.
Nah, you're
make
not gonna
it.
complete.
Well,
Hey, I don't know. Homie
You
out
never
here.
know.
Hey,
I'm
been
finna say.
speed running.
Homie out here in 5
Like,
seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
Speed
finna
running
say.
making
beats.
hits.
You
But
literally never
that's,
know.
That's like already.
It's already
like,
programmed, it's already set
made.
up,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like he did Magnolia in 5, but he already know where you're going. I'm talking about
just
off the brain. Even if
yeah.
you got a sample, chop.
shit. Even got the template.
That
It's still-
that chop alone takes
Bro,
a good
hey,
5 minutes.
that was
to
the
chop.
thing. That was another thing that made me like, I gotta get better with the keys because within that challenge, it took me too long
To do the sample,
to get the sample how I wanted to. I'm like, nah, bro, come on now. So, yeah, the sample alone, chopping the sample up, trying to find the right
That's a good 5 minute
pieces,
process
like
right there
that,
for me.
especially if you just get into a groove. I know I found myself when I'm getting into a groove of sampling. I just play with the sample and be like, bro, this sounds crazy. And
Bro.
and then-
So I feel like so that's where I was going. Like I feel like I did I wasn't even doing a whole lot of like time constrained challenges. I would mostly only do them when we had like producer challenge or something like that. I would do a 10-minute jump or 15-minute jump. But for about 2 or 3 years, bro, like I was on a warpath to be as efficient a producer as I could possibly be. I told the story a bunch of times, but sitting in a session with Project Pat playing beats, he didn't like none of them. I had a folder of 20 beats. He didn't like none of them. And I knew that he had. I feel like it was Tay Keith. I knew he had a pack from some crazy producer that was just sitting in the cuff. Like I knew that was like, all right, down none of these work. He's
Right.
definitely gonna get it.
I know I'm gonna get some like
He gonna
this.
do these. And so I'm trying to get on this project. He was working on the project at the time, but I'm trying to get on this project like bad. I went through 20 beats. He did
You
not
ain't had
fuck
an
with none of them
unapologetic
joints,
world
bro.
app, fam. That's why.
I didn't have the app at the time, so no, I didn't have the app at the time. I was just trash. I was trash. It just wasn't the shit that he was
it
looking
wasn't
for.
right.
It wasn't the
For
shit he was
sure.
looking for. Anyway, but I ran through all of those, and then he was just like, "Yo, can you just make some?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I can make some." Like that was what I was doing at the time. Like that's what I preferred anyway. So I was like, "What you trying to do?" He tell me, "Bro, I started cooking. That nigga started vibing. He like."
Easy.
He always got 2 phones. And he got 2 phones doing this shit. Some mumbling words, going with it. And I must have been trying to find like a snare or some shit. Like I had everything kind of laid, and I just needed like a 2 and 4. Like I just needed something on the 2 and 4, and I needed a snare. And I started looking through, doing it like
Alright, fuck him up.
process.
Damn.
That nigga started
Damn.
talking.
He ain't mean
It
it,
was
Pat.
over with.
And it was
He
over
ain't
with.
mean it.
It was over with, bro. That nigga, that one moment took that nigga out the whole vibe. And he wasn't even being malicious. And wasn't like
Yeah.
it just was unknowing. Like that shit just fucked the vibe. It didn't fuck up. Like he was cool. Like we had a great session.
Yeah.
But my beat did not
He
get
just
wrapped
lost
up.
that. He lost that momentum. Like
He
fuck.
lost that momentum. He started talking, and then that led to something else. And then I finished the beat, but he not focused on it at all no more.
Yeah.
Damn.
He started doing some more shit, and then at the end of it, like all of our sessions do this. Like he'll book like an 8-hour session. He'll talk for like 6, 7, and then the last hour he'd be like, "All right, load up, whatever," and then he'll do a crazy ass song. And so he talked, and then after he
That's
got
real
done,
right
he's like,
there.
"Hey, pull up the Tay Keith, whatever." I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Tay. It might have been Hickey. I can't remember who it was, bro. It was somebody else beat, and he was like, "Pull up the Dejan." I pulled that shit up. And I don't even think he rapped over there. I think he like did like a hook or something. And then
Like we'll come back. Bro, that's wild to be like
Yeah.
8 hours of the session and you only recorded like the last hour. Like, all right, bet let's get
he's
it.
an
But
assassin.
that
Like,
makes good.
Yeah.
That makes good like relationships, in my opinion. And when now you getting to know who you're.
Oh yeah, yeah.
well,
If you locked
that's-
in.
Yeah, that's my family. I was trying to get a song though. Like,
Nah, man, what I'm saying.
Like we found, but
Yeah,
you know,
like,
I need this.
trying to do this, like.
we can top it up.
Hey, nigga, you got my line. Like, what's up? We can meet up for dinner.
He's an
Yeah.
extremely cool guy.
Yeah.
But I'm
Cool
trying to get
person,
this.
But I needed a song in it. But anyway, long story short to say is from that moment I realized how much the vibe can switch and how quickly it
Quick.
can switch.
Oh yeah.
And so on that moment, I went on a war path, bro. Like, bro, I was in any session I was not hitting stop. I don't do the like stop to record. Everything is in time. Like
I fucks
I'm
with
making
that.
the drums in time. The melody, everything. I'm not stopping the
Assassin,
beat for
yeah.
nothing, bro. Like
Yeah.
everything is emotion, and if you vibing, you vibing. If I need to go back and do something, I'm waiting on them. I'm waiting on the loop to come back, and then
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yep.
Like, I'm not finna fuck up that vibe, and
Yeah.
I just got super efficient with that, and I got super efficient like quickly. I wasn't spending longer than if I was spending longer than 15, I'm moving to the next beat. Like
Yeah.
it's like if
Yeah.
you're not fucking
Type
with it in
shit.
10 minutes, then it's not the
That's
vibe.
it,
Or
yeah.
if you're not
I feel
okay, but let's go to the next one, and we're gonna do that until we get the vibe. And I feel like I had got so good at that. I learned my instruments so well. Like I learned MPC so well that I knew like what to do, how to do it, and changing the meter, the BPM, not the BPM, but the note, like the 1/8, 16,
yeah,
like
yeah.
changing those just quickly, building my hi hats, like all the stuff that I do now. I learned so much, but I feel like somewhere between 2020 and 21, well maybe 21 and 22, but when I started to like step out of that was around that time. Like it just got too efficient. Like it got too like
That's crazy.
it got too
I ain't never heard
systematic.
too efficient.
But it just got too
I feel that, I
systematic.
feel
Like
that.
Okay.
it got to the point where it's like I wasn't leaving room for like creativity, thoughts,
Right,
exploration. I just
Okay.
knew what I wanted to. Like I knew. All right, if this the tempo, this where I'm going. If this the sample, this the
Right.
sample, this where I'm going. This the melody. This I just knew where I was going, and I was locking myself into things that were cool. But what I wanted to do is explore more and figure out like who I am, because everything at that time I was doing, like it was tailored beats to artists or you know what I think an artist would like or something like that. I didn't really have I had a C major sound. I had stuff that you would know. Maybe I made it, and of course I had a tag, but I didn't have like a sonic. Like I didn't have like a this is C major. It was just like yeah new drums. Yeah, C major probably did them drums, like maybe type shit. But once I got away from that and started getting into more of a like, all right, let me figure out who I am type that shit. But I wouldn't have got there if it hadn't been. I'm saying all that to say this. I wouldn't have got there if it hadn't been for years of 15-minute, 10-minute type challenges, bro. Like that really takes you through the gauntlet to get what you need. I almost don't like anymore, or I won't say hate, but I almost strongly dislike when producers be like, yeah, I made that in 5 minutes, I can make this in 10 minutes, which is cool. Like it's cool that people can do that, but man, explore, like sit and listen to your shit for 5 minutes. Like
Yeah.
you sit in,
Literally.
like bro, it used to be times with kid be in Studio B. Kid used to inspire me so much. He'd be in Studio B listening to his beat all day, bro. 24
Yeah,
12
bro.
hours, bro. It just be on loop. We might have a business creative meeting that's just on loop. You can hear it from the back and the front, like, and you just hear the same loop for like 12 hours. Then at the end of the day, he just throw some drums on
go
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
And be like, ah, damn.
You allowed it to soak in.
Yeah.
And
And so I feel like that's where I'm at. But I'm saying all that to say, bro, the 15-minute challenge, it'll get you there, bro. And it'll if you don't have an approach to making beats, it'll definitely shape and tailor your
facts.
approach to it, bro.
If you're actually like disciplined about it,
Definitely.
going through it, because I would say since I like really been consistent with it, it's definitely changed the way I approach a lot of things. But just like you were saying, it's about finding that balance, man, because you can be so locked into that structure to
Yeah.
where now, and I think I definitely went through a moment of that to where like everything I was making, it just didn't feel as creative. It didn't feel as like dope to me. It felt like another version of the previous 10 beats I made. And I was like, that's cool and all, but as someone that's constantly on the path of like improving and trying different shit and experimenting, I was like, okay, some gotta change.
I feel you.
So you definitely gotta find that balance, but within them
Like-
sessions and them sessions you got to cook up fast. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Like I really miss like our sound days because those were my 15-minute challenges
sound is
per
fire.
se. Like I know we would be cooking up for like whatever time we would be cooking up, but like those were my times to like challenge myself. How fast can I write a song? How fast can I write a hook? Shout out to Pro and Off 'em. They write hooks
Hey,
quicker than you can snap your fucking fingers or whatnot. Some days I can do that. Other days it's like you gotta give me a minute or whatnot. But I by seeing those kind of things happen because it's like, well, damn, I need to sharpen up my shit, sharpen up my pen or whatnot. Although my pen is fire.
nah, you definitely.
Yeah.
But
sharp as fuck.
you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely want to be as quick on my feet as I am with my lyrics.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
ma'am. Ski. Shout out, chat. I finally got
I saw her pull the hell up, period.
What up, sis?
Hey, what up, LaKendra?
Hey.
Kendra, I don't know if you got a nickname. I'm gonna call you Kendra.
You call her
So
Kendra, that's my
say
sister.
less.
Yeah.
That's your sister.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Blood,
Yeah.
crazy. What up? I feel you. We
it's
family.
Period.
Well, I want to say this too, bro. Shout out to Mad, bro. This is a
No,
whole
man.
job over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, like for real, for real.
This
Switching
Hey,
the
you
cameras
be
on.
handling that
That's
shit,
it.
fam, for real, for real. Shout out.
My nigga Kid said, I found that being a standalone has made the 10 to 15 minute challenge significantly harder. Wow.
Wow.
I've been getting closer, but it's definitely an experience
That's
when
interesting.
sampling.
Wow.
I thought it would have.
I figured it would. I
thought
want to
it
know
was
more
Todd and
about
God?
that, Kid. I would imagine that it would make it easier
A lot
because you got everything that you. I feel like because the way you were approaching the standalone mode, Kid, it reminds me of like some hunter gatherer shit. Like you really have you gather all your materials. Like you get your samples, you get your drums. And then you just load that up and you have it all in one place. I feel like you'd be ready for war with that with that. Like,
No, facts.
like,
Facts.
just take
Everything in the
Big
holster.
fact.
Yeah,
no,
that's interesting.
no short crits. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
That makes
and then I guess the recording process is different too. Like,
That
it's
does make
like,
sense.
bruh, 15-minute challenge on mouse and key, bro. Drums, copy paste,
Period.
copy paste.
Shout out FM.
Bro,
That is true,
It's
that's true.
efficient as fuck. Yeah, I can't imagine making beats without copy.
Wait, they
paste,
don't
bro.
have a.
I'm not
that's
sure
interesting.
what.
Yeah, right.
what-
That's a whole different
what
world.
the push get. And I'm not sure what Kid push get either, because that nigga, his Ableton push is like a trash can or some shit like that. I'm not sure what he actually uses it for. I know he don't make beats on it. I think Kid, if you can comment in the chat what you use your push for. Last time I think I saw you eating spaghetti off of it. Was it?
Damn. You was
using
a
it as
plate, nigga.
right? Anyway, I'll wait for him in the chat. But,
Hilarious.
but yeah, I know in NPC and standalone, like I feel like you can copy and paste. It's just everything's touchscreen, so it's just difficult. And so I find myself just, if I mess up, like I'm just replaying shit. I'm not deleting and going back. It's easy. It's way easier to edit shit. Mouse and key versus in standalone.
I feel
So I
that.
can see how standalone probably would.
And in 15 minutes, you doing 4 or 8 bars.
In 15 minutes, I'm doing 8 bars.
Yeah.
It's either 8
Definitely
or 16.
eight.
I'm
Definitely
ready.
eight.
But my tempo is like 160. Like so it's
Right. So it's double time type shit. Yeah.
I can't do the slow tempo shit. The 70s.
You can't fuck.
The
I
70s
fucks
is,
with the
It depends
70
on what I'm
to 80.
building. It depends on what
70
I'm
to
building.
100, I fucks with that tempo. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but sometimes you gotta get that, that high tempo shit.
Yeah,
So I
nah,
go
if I'm
with
making
that.
some like more so drum break shit like that, it's
yeah,
definitely
it's 70.
It's-
It's 70,
it's,
80. And I'll even I just have time 140.
Nah,
Like,
fact,
most
yeah,
of the,
that's
most of the, I just it's not the, like, even if I'm at 140 is too, like 140 is Memphis trap,
Yeah,
is trap,
literally.
and then it's breakbeat hip hop.
Yeah.
Like you can, in 80, 160 the same. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
Manipulate
subdivide
that.
or whatever. I just know whenever whatever I'm in, I'm double time because I hate waiting on that slow ass kick, that slow ass click to
the
start.
metronome.
Yeah, I hate.
Man.
And then I gotta start like
Yo, that shit's so ugly. I ain't
Then I
lying.
need-
Hey, no, hey, people will be sleep on how important the metronome is. It really
Right.
gives you the vibe. Like, it starts the
Super.
vibe off for sure.
It's super important.
For
Very
sure.
much.
Because if that
Very
metronome slow as hell, you can't
Yeah.
even. Some
And
people
then-
can't even imagine the up tempo beat to that shit.
Yeah, bro, and then that's every time, like if especially if you're not constantly recording through,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that's every time you got to record something.
Yeah.
I hate
Right
that, bro.
before it
It's
counts.
so much anxiety, and I'm always like. I'm like ahead of the beat now because I'm just trying to rush it. But anyway,
Yeah,
that this
that's-
might be some
that's
me
funny.
thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Kid says the longest part is choosing the sample. To be honest,
No,
producer
Yes.
challenge takes the time out of that.
Yep.
But I be trying to do it all in the time frame. Yeah.
Nah, that's
Yo,
tough.
you ain't lying.
I tried.
Bro, for real,
yeah.
for real.
I tried to do that. That's bro. By the time I got the sample, I probably
10
had
minutes
like
was over.
facts. I'm like, bro, what? It was definitely a
real.
fail. Like, nigga, all I had was the sample, the loop. That was it.
Like, oh my
So hold on.
gosh.
So the metronome comes after I started. Yeah.
Even through the producer challenge, bro. Like
Kid.
it took me the longest time that it took me was to it was cool that we already had the sample. It was trying to find the melody within
Yeah,
it.
what you wanted,
That's what
yeah.
took me the longest time.
Yeah.
Building the beat and the drums and everything, those came easy because it was already on my template.
Yeah. Bruh. Kid said the metronome comes after I started the beat normally. Bro, Kid has the most weird approach to timing.
Wow.
Bro, his metronomes be... Bro, it's a game. Every time he play a beat, is for me to find the one.
Nah,
like,
I fucks with it though. Kid being
I was like,
super-
that's what makes
1/3
Kid
time
Maestro
signature and
Kid
shit. You
Maestro.
like, bro, what?
it's like
For
a signature.
real.
Yeah, bro, for
Period.
real, bro. Like, I be like, bro, where's the one, bro?
Bro, be-
And then
you gotta
he'll
crack
show
a
me.
code to find that motherfucker every
And when
time.
he show you, it's like, bro, what? Like,
Yeah, I
it
fucks
changed
with it.
the whole it's like a weird Inception type shit.
That's lit.
But nah, like I don't know, bro. Like the slow metronomes be fucking me up every
Yeah.
time, bro. And I start metronom. But all right, but y'all niggas was saying some shit. So if Ezra, when you doing your 10-minute challenges, you starting like you don't even get the sample. You starting from scratch.
No, so sometimes now since I'm just doing straight keys, I don't even have the sample.
Oh yeah. So you from scratch.
Start-
Yeah. Like of course I have my template. I have like certain plugins, certain VSTs loaded up, or whatever. But yeah, I'm starting empty and I'm just creating.
I wonder what kind of vocalist out there would be up for a 10 to 15 minute vocal challenge. Like,
What would they do?
making a voice, making
yeah.
a vocal sample.
Make the sample.
Yeah.
That's why if I can sing, I'm not sampling.
Like, I'm gonna do that shit.
You should. Honestly, bro, I think everyone in
I literally
the
can do that in 5 minutes.
on the
though.
chat should like do some form of a 15-minute challenge. Well, that's writing a hook, creating a sample, whatever.
We're gonna test that theory.
Yeah, I think
another day.
it's fun, man. Them challenges be fun. And it really is, like Kid said, it really can be addicting. Like I look forward
without
to
it
it.
being a challenge though, I literally see myself like creating a vocal sample just like that.
Yeah, I
It's
think.
more so the trying to get on the right note.
Yeah, I think just lock in because again, it forces you to learn yourself enough. It forces you to learn your system. If you're truly disciplined to it, and legit,
Learn
if
your
15
craft.
minutes is really your cutoff time. Cause it's been moments where I'm like, I make a beat and I'm like,
Right.
15 minutes. I'm like, fuck. That 15
Kid's
minutes be
stupid.
over. I'll be like, damn.
They be like, damn.
Yeah, now I gotta leave this as an idea, but it's
Yeah.
fire as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
Do you come back to him though? Like,
Yeah, I always. I try what I'm trying to do now. Like if I'm doing the 15 minutes throughout the week, because I'm trying to. Okay, because of like where my time is now, I feel like the 15-minute challenges allow me just to buy a little bit of my time back. So when I do come back and actually have time to sit down, I have a starting point. I have an idea that I already fuck with. And I can just keep building on that. So yeah, I definitely got to come back to him.
Somebody say,
Kendra,
"Hey, uncle."
sis said, "Hey, uncle, that's Janiyah.
That's my
I'm
niece,
taking that as your
yeah.
niece."
Aw.
Yeah, I'm uncle too. So what up?
I'm auntie. Hey, sweetie.
What up? And Nikita said, I think that's a good idea, Nikita. We might be able to add that to the program. So I think maybe next producer challenge we can maybe
Yeah.
see if we got some vocalists in there, John, and do
that'd
do
be
something,
great.
or maybe you can make the sample. And
Oh,
Yeah.
I could be the sample that y'all
Yeah.
use. Hey.
I mean, low key, I'm not gonna lie. Last producer
with that.
challenge, I was looking for you to like legit use the mic
I
and go
was,
crazy.
I was gonna use the mic. I got nervous because I had never done that before.
Yeah,
but
that would have been a flex, bro.
but you what was that mic plugged into?
It was plugged into. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Don't do that.
It was plugged into your what?
Don't do that.
Wait, what was it?
Don't. It was my focus. Focusrite. Yes.
Shut up, was
Y'all did.
crazy.
Okay.
Salute. Hey, I respect that.
Now I see why you didn't record the vote. I see why you didn't do it.
Oh, that was hilarious.
It's alright. Don't worry about it.
Kid, yeah, she begged you for the mic and she didn't use it, but come on, bro, she was plugged into.
Yeah,
You
look.
know what she was plugged into, bro.
Hey,
you
I ain't
knew
gonna lie.
she wasn't finna.
I think if you would have did that, all those producers would have been like, damn. Like, that would have been a flex.
crazy. I'm bullshitting.
I'm gonna do that shit next time.
I'm not bullshitting actually. The Focusrite is crazy. Wait, you could have really killed
Yeah,
it.
I definitely would have went crazy on the sample. Like, yeah.
We had the samples already.
You could add it to it. Use your voice is the instrument. That's what I'm saying.
Alright, y'all keep hating on my Focusrite. I don't want to hear shit when I upgrade.
Nah, Focusrite, right. Nigga, you gonna be the Focusrite queen. You gonna be the brand is.
And period. And you know what? Shout out to Focusrite. If y'all need somebody, hey, I got you. I stand for you guys.
Like, yeah,
okay.
That's her.
You know, my niggas might talk about me, but I shout y'all out.
I don't want to pay.
Okay.
No, not even a pair of headphones.
Not even an ox cord.
Like, Shay Mugami, man. I ain't trusting y'all crazy at all.
Yo.
That's for that. Yo,
Y'all
what?
be hating,
I know
man.
this is a
Damn.
random question, but what brand? Like, if Focusrite, do they even make headphones?
Yes, Focusrite makes a
Damn.
Focusrite has a whole a big ass interface. They have all of that shit.
Yeah, bro.
They literally.
And you want to
Bro, Focusrite. I ain't gonna.
Focusrite is slick industry standard somewhat. In a way, man, don't come for me, man. Damn.
It's
Look,
not industry. It is entry level. Kendra said your voice is fire, girl. And
thank you so much. I
but I
appreciate
think Focusrite serves this place, bro. I went through Focusrite. It's like a come up like
it's
Focusrite do get hella shit.
Thank you.
intro, like you said.
But it's very like the intros. I don't think that's where you should stay. And where you need to stay. But it's definitely
Right.
if you got to get your ideas out and you want to come up. That's definitely like I just had a high school kid. He was like, bro, I'm trying to make what I need.
You
to
know
get.
what I'm saying?
And the first thing I thought of, I know you're not
Focusrite.
finna spend whatever on the Apollo. Like, so,
Hey, nah, but
See, I'm trying to help the people get going.
But
I don't know.
I'ma
I
tell
think the Focusrite, it won't be. I don't think they're gonna have that spot for long because of like the vote or
yeah,
stuff
I'm just
like
gonna
that.
say,
Like,
yeah, we got the vote, and the vote is. I was just on
that
the
price,
Yeah,
it's
I was
pretty
just
nice.
on the vote. I think couple months ago or something. But I was using the vote. Yeah, that's sound pretty nice. It got the preamp sound. They sound cool. It
Focusrite got a
vintage.
preamp.
Yeah, they do. But the vote got like a vintage setting.
Yeah.
It kind of gives like a little warmth to the thing. It's very
Focusrite
cheesy,
got
but
warmth.
this one is if I was choosing Focusrite versus vote for the price,
vote.
I'm going
Vote,
vote.
for sure.
Wow, but
Oh,
you
for
know what?
sure.
It's all right because our value is raising. That's why.
Wow.
You know.
I don't know.
Shout out to
I
Focusrite.
don't know.
I came with
Shout
both. Yeah, we
out.
both.
That's what I'm saying. I had to focus right.
Game.
I had to focus right, you know.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But like you said, I refuse to stay there though.
I'm gonna get the upgrade. Don't worry.
But yeah, salute to you and my homie J Kid. You know he's a focus right.
Shout out, J Kid.
He swear about a focus right.
Shout out.
Hey, do your thing, brother.
Hey.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
You don't know. Speaking of which, hey, you sending beats to a pack. Do you want them to play them joints to a focus right?
If I'm sending my beats, do I?
Right.
I hope not.
Well, hey, fam.
I hope I'm sending beats to a caliber of person that, besides unique. But I hope I'm sending beats to a caliber of person that's playing my shit. You
Beat
know,
gonna sound crazy. Thin as
But I
hell.
got JBL speakers. Can they make up for it? Like, damn.
they hit the focus right first.
You know?
Nah, I
That's
don't.
funny as hell.
I don't know what a nigga be playing my shit. I don't feel like niggas
Focusrite.
be off the phone with.
Nah, I definitely feel like most people be off the phone with AirPods or something
I
like
can't
that.
hear a beat through a phone like that. Like, I have to go home and put that hoe on speakers. Like, listening to something through a phone is just not right. Not all
I
the
mean,
time. Unless
I
you got
agree.
the kind of headphones.
Nah, yeah, I agree. You shouldn't. You know, I wouldn't want to send a beat to somebody they listen to it just off their phone. I get that, but the phones they came up. They've come up a lot. They come up a lot.
They came. When you all right, let's get into
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
sending
second
beats.
topic.
Yeah, sending beats, man.
Yeah,
What's the perfect number, man? You working with new artists or just artists? I say new artists for this scenario. You working with a new artist. What's the number of beats you're sending through the email to them?
I genuinely don't like doing that anymore. And I guess that comes from trauma in the past, from having my beats like stolen or like
That's
somebody
facts, kid.
using my shit anyways and not even telling me about it. So it's been a minute since I've actually sent out a beat or even like offered like, hey, like I got this hook or whatnot that I think you'll sound great on. Let me send it to you, without feeling like Tiana Taylor's writers or somebody like that gonna take my shit and go platinum off of it. You know what I'm saying?
I think there is
like
a feeling with that, but I also think once you move past and you start working with certain caliber of people,
yeah,
that's no longer a concern.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me. Yeah. I feel like for me, I don't have a number. I feel like we talked about this before. I feel like I didn't say it. Maybe this is deja vu. But anyway, I don't have a number, but I am similar to Unique. I am getting away from sending out beat packs and really building. I feel like we talked about this last week actually, and just building with the artists I'm working with. And so I am getting away from that. But I just sent out a pack. Shout out to my guy Sheldon Quick.
Shout out.
Sheldon, he's an amazing, I feel like he plays multiple horns, but I think his main horn is the trumpet. I could be wrong. But I feel like I didn't see him play like multiple horns, but he's an amazing horn player. I just sent the pack to him. And that pack had like at least 10 in it. Like I'm sending, if I fuck with the artist, I'm sending like 10 max.
Yeah.
And then 3 at the least, like 3 to 5 at the least. But when I was sending out packs, like it would be times where I would have a connection. And my cousin, shout out my cousin Ray, also a manager of like Project Pat and Juicy J. But through his connections,
You had a quick stunt though.
Man,
Quick stunt. Like, you know.
man.
That's the guy for sure. That's my guy. But through his connections, man, we would get or he would get a lot of like opportunities. It'd be like, hey, G-Eazy working on the album, he looking for this, or Ty Dolla $ign working for this. Yeah, Ross. Yeah, shout out to Unique for throwing hooks on stuff for me super quick. But it'd be stuff like that, where it'd be just, these artists looking for, these type of joints, and when I'm sending them packs, bro, we doing 10 at the least. Like we doing 10, like, cause they thumbing through joints. So I need you to, I need you to, and I'm trying to make all 10
Right, facts.
crazy.
I need all of them. Yeah.
I'm trying to make all 10 crazy. So I would legit sit with my cousin in his house for hours, and we would go through samples, we would go through past vibes, and then create shit, and then I would call Unique or hit up Pro or whoever and be like, yo, I need the idea for this. I need the hook for this. Like we were finishing songs basically, just leaving space for rap. And I'm doing 10 of those, like 15 of those. I'm trying to do your whole album.
Yeah,
like
facts.
And so I don't know. I don't be trying to be modest, man. If they gonna thumb through them anyway, shit, at least let 10 of them be mine. Not 3.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
no.
Like I'm just trying to, and I didn't get. We landed a few placements, but nothing crazy. And so maybe I did have a wrong method. Maybe you do supposed to do that one good one of them 3. But shit, I'm doing 10 great ones. I think all 10
they all on great.
Yeah, I think all of them good.
That's interesting.
Kid says if you play it, it's coming back to playing out the phone. If you play it through the app, that junk gonna slap regardless. And Kid,
Period.
That's a fact. I
Kid.
forgot about that.
Get
You're right.
that.
You're right.
true words have never been spoken, my bro. You are spitting straight truth today.
Man.
Locked in.
And then Kid also says, to be honest, I feel like my vibe lately is so Kid, Maestro, Instrumental. I agree. I send as many as I feel explains an overall vibe, unless the artist asks for something specific to help me narrow down. Yeah, Kid, you really in the I've kind of noticed, Kid, too, and maybe this always been like this, but I be feeling like even like off them and like the rappers that pull through, they be like hesitant to ask like, yo, is this? Cause it's so kid, I be can tell like they be wanting to rap on them just, and they still gonna act. They still gonna
hop
be like,
on the
yo,
kids
let me get this
with
done.
no
But
problem.
with they so kid, I feel like you really in a like.
Nah, he definitely. It got to the point like someone would be playing a Tajan tape, and I know like, oh, that's the new Tajan tape. I just the sound of, I'm like, oh, that's kid. You like, I love it, bro. Salutes to you on just building that sound, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's your number though, LJ? Like what's your?
So Illmind, he said for him it's 3. I think for me it's if it's a new artist, someone I've never worked with, I say about 5 to 6. Just also because I'm going to give you a few that I know is your lane, but then I'm gonna give you some of me where I know like, okay, this is what I hear you on. So that's my approach. But if we locked in, I know your sound, then 10 and 15. It depends on if the hook's involved, if I got other artists on it. But like, yeah, if we locked in, 10 is like a minimum type.
Do you ever like send off beats that you don't hear them on that you would like to see someone experiment on?
Yeah, I have because every artist don't want to experiment. And I have a select few that will like jump to like no hesitation, like, oh, there's some different shit.
I don't want to work with y'all, by the way.
They're up for that. They're up for that challenge of challenging themselves. So I definitely have a few artists that I'm like, yo, I don't know what this is, but it sound dope to me. You know, because it's been times.
I love
it's been times like I remember you were singing something. I'm like, I don't hear this pocket, and then you'll do something like, oh, that's
I'll find
crazy.
that hoe.
That's crazy. So a lot of times with beats like that, or if I feel like I don't know if this is for an artist or not, I just sneak it up in the pack and just to see, because you never know. And a lot of times, them be the ones. Yeah, them be the ones.
Matt
You
is
like,
one of the
damn.
best to do that shit. Like he'll have some shit that you'll be like, damn, where like you were saying earlier, where's the one?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, there it is. It's like you gotta find them pockets.
But that's the thing too. I think like when you just have a creative that just go off the feeling of it, just like, this is what I hear, and they don't care about the structure of it, like they just go off what they hear. Then that ends up in us like creating something completely different, a new world. And I love that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I've sending random beats to random people in hopes that they fuck with shit. Is just. It's not beneficial to me or my mental anymore.
Yeah, not facts. And I definitely don't just send them to random people now. Especially more so now. It's so many people doing that. It's like the room is filled. You know, so many artists they got their DMs flooded with just random ass beats of 1,000 artists just from their city. You know, it's like, so now like I'd rather let's build a relationship. Let me learn who you are, and then I can create or pick from that. Because again, another reason why I'm not sending just to random people, because I also don't want to have to come look for you if I hear my shit out somewhere. Especially if you're in the city, bro. Like, come on, man.
Like that's what like keeps a lot of great producers back from it. We're not like stuff like that does happen.
Nah, it's a real thing.
It's called out a lot more than it used to be.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's a bigger paper trail than
exactly. Yeah.
And bro, once Pharrell lost that lawsuit, like you could really hit somebody with some shit, and possibly like all these lawsuits have been surprising the shit out of me. It's been like,
man, but then not just that, the growth of AI is crazy to the point where if let's just say you send the beat off, but you don't have the files, you lost something, your laptop crashed, somebody can instantly be like, nah, I made this AI, and like unless you just have your signature sounds within that beat, like unless it's a C major or a kid or a man, like unless you have your certain world and your production, your sound lives in that a lot. Hey,
but even with AI, they're making it to where you can't even monetize off of stuff you make off of AI. Like you can't even like, even if you got AI to write you some lyrics together or whatnot, and they literally put it together, you can't monetize off that shit.
I don't know.
They coming for your ass.
How you gonna know?
They literally coming for, I'm telling you, they coming for you. They I think one of my coworkers, she was like she had used AI to like create some kind of syllabus for for her job or whatnot, for some kind of conference that they were having, and she was going to use that whole syllabus and publish it as hers. She was like, hell no, she was going to get sued or some shit like that. I was like, well, damn, what's the point of even using it if a nigga can't take
It's a
it?
tool, man. It's a tool.
Yeah,
I
getting
know
crazy.
that, but-
Yeah, it's
Definitely is getting crazy.
Yeah, but nah, I feel like the pack era of me, like the beat pack era of me, taught me a lot though. Like I
Come on,
I
CPAC.
did that for years.
CPAC.
I did that for years. It's similar to the 15-minute challenge, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's very much the same. The same kid says, man, I've seen some producers do some really creative stuff for their products. Yeah. But yeah, I was but similar to, like I said, similar to the 15-minute challenge, like the beat pack
With AI.
with
Yeah.
AI. Okay. The beat pack era is definitely like that same gauntlet of like, man, I just sit in the room and on the dartboard, like, Gunna looking for this. All right,
Yeah.
let me make
Yeah.
2 chains
Yeah.
on this.
Placement
spot.
type. Yeah.
Yeah. 007
it definitely-
shakes.
it definitely helped me like nail down like where to go, and that all that helped me find like my sound, which I actually want to see if I can go. It's been a minute since I attacked beats like that. Like I used to have a board in Studio B in Butterfly with like people that I wanted to get beats to in their name, and then I was just check off like, all right, I got 5 for this, 5 for that. I don't even know if I could do that now. I feel like all of them would just sound sound the same. They would just sound like what I'm on now.
Bro, I used to approach like making beats that way, but then when I realized, I forgot what interview I was watching. It was probably something with Travis, and he was talking about that same thing. And he was like, a lot of times the projects that people hear, we're like 5 years away from that sound,
Bro,
and that's why I stopped. Was like, oh, okay,
Bro, we did, bro. Me and my cousin, we did. 2 Chainz was working on. I can't remember if it was a collab project or whatever. He was working on a project though, and we got they come almost like prompts, but it just be
Right,
but
yeah.
He's a manager, so he's in a bunch of like he's locked in with a bunch of other managers, and so. They'll send out fillers. They know they're already working on beats too and all that, and so he'll just be chopping it up, and be like, hey, what's going? Like, what's new? And they'll send him something, and 2 Chainz was like, hey, he working on a project, and the niggas like he looking for this, and all of them was like soulful, like Atlanta, like almost like Outkast, like type shit, but like modern,
Right.
modern version. Everything's like a modern
yeah.
version of. And so we was like, all right, so we just gonna do some soulful shit with trap drums, like Atlanta drums. Like I got that, like
Right.
let's do it. And so, man, we started chopping down soul samples. Soul Surplus was a big part of. Like I was chopping down a bunch
Soul
of their
Surplus,
packs, bro. I love them folks. Like I was
Facts.
chopping down a bunch of stuff. We was making sure I had Elo playing shit.
Same.
Like,
Wow,
we just went.
period.
We went to the dungeon with it, bro. Made some hard shit. Like got Pro to do some hooks on it. Like Atlanta voiced that shit out, bro. We sent them jumps, fool. And like I feel like that next day, bro, the manager like, I'm fucking with it, but actually he on this breakbeat hip hop. He was on some Griselda shit.
Totally different. He be like, what?
He was on some Griselda shit, bro. They started working on the album, and bro was like, I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to do no. He's like, I'm gonna do just straight samples and rap. And who would have thought 2 Chainz would ever?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Yeah.
even know if that shit came out. I don't know if nothing. I need to check his shit to see if he ever dropped some shit like that. But
Wow.
he was just not on that vibe no more, bro. And that was one of the moments where I started to feel like, bro, I need to be in the room with these folks.
That's
Like,
it.
Yeah.
If he
Makes it
just would have
different.
said that, then
I got you.
we
Exactly.
coulda
Yeah,
did it. It
yeah.
ain't like I can't do this shit. It's just I didn't know that's what.
Yeah, I definitely prefer like now. Let's cook up on the spot.
Yeah.
Like if we go for me, if we go
my
through
favorite
3,
shit to do.
if we go through 3, you ain't fucking with them. I bet. I'm not even gonna waste time. Like, what you feeling? Like, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm gonna start like mid conversation while we talk. I'm gonna start playing some sounds, some chords, or something like, and I'm gonna be looking for that reaction. Then I'm like, I bet. But yeah, the sample. I mean, the sending out packs and stuff. I'm not a fan of that. Again, now it's more so like if we locked in, I got you. We gonna, I gotta know you. We gotta have some type of relationship.
What if you're sending out packs? Like, cause I think the last person that sent me like a pack of beats, I think it was after you, C-Mage. It was Knots. Or was it
Type
a-
shit.
The stunt.
Type
What?
shit.
he
Let's
sent,
get
he
it.
sent me a pack of beats, and it was about like 8. No, it was 11 of them in there. Matter of fact, it was 11 of them in there.
She just got 11 Nas beats just chilling.
Yo, and all them hoes, neck breakers. I ain't lying.
Bro.
He's still at that shit. Shout out, you Knots. God damn it, shout out my guy. But I definitely enjoy when like producers know who they're sending those packs to.
It makes a difference.
They've done their homework, you know what I'm saying? They know the vibes. Like they know if you are willing to experiment or not. Or even like you were saying earlier, they're just throwing up in there just to see what you'll do. I love that.
It's a risk too, and I think
love that.
that's why if I am sending off packs to like someone I haven't worked with yet, but we have a relationship, I'm sending you a variety of stuff because you can send them a pack that you think is just for them, and then now they think like, oh, this is just his sound, and you miss out on the session with them or whatever. Like I'm gonna send you a few different options. Like
Yeah, I feel like I find myself only sending, like, aside from when I was going through like the placement chasing. I'm gonna call those placement chasing.
yeah, that's what it is.
But like now, like kids said, that was a crazy flex. Yeah, that was a crazy nigga said I got 11 Knots beats.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to
he
hit
the
him
truth though.
They
He the
will. What am I
truth.
saying?
I
I
ain't
need
even
to hear
lying.
that
He the
That nigga
truth. I
tough.
got the whole pack
And I
in
heard
my my Dropbox.
he used to do the 5 beats a day, bro.
That-
He's
bro,
still doing them.
nah,
He's still
I ain't
knocking it.
I ain't tapped
It was
in.
a portrait. I remember me and Mel used to be talking back and forth, but like Knots will drop every night, like
Right.
several
Literally.
beats. And I'm like,
All of them.
all of
1, 2, 3, like
all
he'll
of
just
them
the whole
crazy.
week.
And I'm like, bro,
Shout out
what
my
the
guy.
fuck?
Yeah,
Shout out Knots, man.
but yeah, nah, I
That's
feel
a real nigga right there, for real.
I feel like, what was I saying? I feel like on the pack shit, I feel like I find myself now only sending shit to like artists that I know that's like hella versatile, bro. Like
Yeah.
niggas that I can just fucking throw that. I don't
Bro,
even know what this
literally.
is. I don't know what
That's the-
it
Like,
might
hey,
be.
do this.
It might be. But
That's the best. I promise that's the
Yeah.
And
best.
so
For
that's
real.
man, my guys, of course, the squad, but outside of the squad, bro, like one of my favorite niggas to send beats to is My Favorite Color, bro. Like that nigga is amazing, bro. He's just an amazing artist. Like
Let's
I don't
work,
even know
bro.
what he do. I don't know if like I know he's a rapper, but he's a writer, but like he
Right,
can
yeah.
write shows, he can write.
That's it.
He's like he can do whatever, and so
For
I
sure.
just be throwing that nigga shit, bro. Like some shit don't be having no drums, some shit don't be having no tempo. Like I just.
Bro, that'd be the best shit.
Yeah, I just be throw that shit and he'll make some crazy shit, send it back and be like, yo, I just thought of this last night. It'd be crazy.
That'd be
like,
the best ones,
yeah,
man.
so them niggas, but I feel like I'm surrounded with people that I can like unique. Always, if I throw unique anything, like it ain't like the vibe that I'll be like, bro, you might not fuck with this, but I just want to hear what you do, and she'll go kill that motherfucker.
That's it.
I just be trying shit.
That's
I
it.
ain't lying. I love
It be
trying shit.
crazy because like I think I know. So recently I sent a pack to Lucky, and it was funny because on my end, like we've never worked together. You know, we've come across it, and of course that's the fam. But then I was like, I don't know what her sound is. At least the stuff that I've heard, I'm like, that ain't my sound.
Yeah.
For sure, I'm like, that ain't my bag. But I'm like, I can jump in that world, but it's just different. I'm like, shit. So I just sent her a variety of shit, like, let's go. But on my end, I'm thinking like, man, I hope she fuck with it. But then she sent me like I think yesterday she sent me a song, and she's like, man, I hope you fuck with it. What you think? So we
Yeah.
both thinking the same thing, but
shit. Yeah.
so it's just those reminders, like, man, we all human, we all creators, we all love our shit, we all sensitive about it, and we all like just trying shit, and be like, all right, let's see if it go.
Yeah.
So no, that was fun, man.
Yeah, Lucky definitely one of them ones.
Speaking
Bro.
Throw some
of
shit up.
working with motherfuckers, how do y'all feel about a bunch of producers being on one record?
Man,
Ah,
I fucks with that.
I fucks with it.
I fucks with the transition.
Yeah.
I fucks with the transition. You know, we gotta shout that out. I fucks with that. Yeah. So Dr. Dre, man, it was a interview. It was Dre and Snoop being interviewed by Stephen A. And it was a clip that I seen. I think it was on Producer Grind. I could be wrong, but it was one of those platforms. And Dr. Dre was speaking on, like, he said he don't like the idea of albums being created by more than one producer now. And I get what he was like alluding to, but like overall, I'm like, bro, you can't. You Dre and all, much love and respect. You a legend, but you can't say that because I mean that whole era was
Sample.
and not just that. They all had ghost producers.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah.
And this was going back to the other conversation a few weeks ago when I was talking about like, is the ghost producer just as big as the main producer? And I think that's what it is now. Like back then, the ghost producers didn't have a name. They had to build their way up and get these credits and fight for that. But I'm like, but now if you find a way to capitalize on your momentum and create your brand, like you can be looked at as the main guy.
And still have other niggas with you.
Yeah, you might not be the main guy, but perception is a big motherfucker on social media.
Yeah.
So for Dre to say that when knowing like every major song that he's had, it's been samples, it's been other producers involved. Well, I was like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I think it's kind of like a power trip in a sense. Only because, like, it's kind of like I want all the credit and I don't want no whole bunch of niggas on here being out here talking about, oh, I was on that track with him, I was on that track with him. It's like that. I understand the need to, like be like, I made this or I created this just to show like how creative you can be. But there is nothing wrong with having other producers being on the same track like with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just like having a whole bunch of writers on one song. Think of Rihanna's a lot of Rihanna's tracks. She'll have probably like 4 or 5 writers on that track. All of them get credit. You'll never hear her out here talking about, oh, I wish so many people didn't write to my song or whatnot. I wish I was the only one writing or whatnot. We wouldn't get the best out of Rihanna, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't other people contributing to her success. You know what I'm saying? It's all about contribution. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you don't know how to play a horn. Maybe this producer is a horn player. You know what I'm saying? Every instrumentalist I feel like is a producer in their own way.
Yeah. Let me see. Kid says, I feel like Dre considers those ghost producers he used as writers and session musicians, and he was the producer. And so I feel like that's when he first said that, I was like, bruh, Dre, you low key capping, bro, because nigga, I know Bink was doing a lot of shit.
That's what I'm saying. Focus on like
Scott Storch. I know it was a lot of people involved in your story.
Scott Storch is crazy.
Scott Storch.
I don't know what I was on.
But no, I know, but I think that's what it boils down to, kid. I think all of these conversations, people are getting beat makers / loop makers confused with producers, and I think Dre sees all these names in the credit and think that all of these guys are producers when that's not the case.
Yeah.
There is one like you might see that big name, and more than likely that big name is the producer. Sometimes it's not, but more than likely, like if it's, I feel like you really got to be in a room to know these days. But if it's an Illmind beat, but it got like 4 other producers, I automatically assume that like he probably produced this song and then he threw, especially if it's people that I'm not like familiar with in the loop making words. Like, all right, he probably produced this song. He probably just got a loop from this guy. Right. Got something from this guy, but he produced this song.
But would they not be considered as co-producers as well?
Yeah, they get credit as co-producers, but that's only because Beatmaker ain't no credit. Like, it ain't no.
It's not a title.
Yeah. But I ain't taking nothing away from none of it. But I think the producer is a different thing than just the loop maker, and I feel like that's why you see 8, 9. Because for one, most of these songs are 3 and 4 beats now. Like,
exactly.
Everything gets transitioning into, and each one of those songs has two people that made this loop and did this, and so now you get 3 beats and 2 people. Now that's 9. Or what's the math? 6. There's 6 credits on the song, and now you like, bro, who did what? Like, and the beats be like what's going on? And so I feel like back in the day, it was like almost the same shit. Like the loop maker was Scott Storch, but he was just in the session with you playing.
Exactly.
And he didn't get no credit because you got the name. Now he might have got some bread. He probably got paid as a session.
Work for hire type situation.
Okay.
And I feel like the culture of that is just switching, and you're seeing the behind the scenes
literally
now, and it looks different. And so now, and to Dre, that's like, nigga, why the fuck is 10 niggas on this sample?
Right, but I'm like, bro, that's
how it's been.
Yeah, and then I think another thing when Snoop, Now again, like we were talking earlier, I give Dre credit because I've heard stories of him being like, I want something to sound like this, and he would just find the sounds himself and like record it. Salute to that. But like Snoop was talking about how his statement was, you know, it was different then. Y'all built everything. Now you got all the cookie cutter people with the loops here and the sample packs and drums here. I'm just like, bro, you're just not in touch with what's happening because it's legit the same thing, just another version of it. Because back it's no different than someone giving you a stack of records and you're sampling drums from here and you're sampling the main melody from here. Like it's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's just now more people are more vocal about it and they're getting their credit.
Yeah, I feel like where Dre is kind of right is I do think the music, hip hop or whatever, I feel like music in general is missing like what I think he's saying is missing like what he misses is when he say he misses like one producer, he missing like true locked in collaboration between rapper and producer. Like, and I feel like we don't have that anymore because niggas sending beats, because niggas sending packs, because it's coming from 4 and 5 different, you know, people, and then the producer not even in the room, it's the producer and the engineer, like, and all of these things. We are in a point where like there is no like. Even Illmatic had all those producers on it, but them niggas was locked in. The Magna Carta Holy Grail, Jay-Z, one of my favorite Jay-Z albums. Like, nigga, we got Ruben, we got Ruben, we got Pharrell, we got Timbaland, Swiss, we got Power, but them niggas was like Jay rented out the studio for a year, 2 years. I don't know how long it took, but he rented out Ye with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like, niggas is not locking in for projects no more. Like, it's you recording here, you recording there.
I miss Sound Day.
I feel you.
I miss Sound Day. I promise I do. Like, they gave me life. Yeah, that's facts. Like, for real.
That's facts, bro. Yeah, but now I feel like if anything, I ain't trying to put words in it. Of course, he said what he said. I feel like he meant what he said, but if I felt similar, I think we just missing like the true whether because even like. Timbaland got all of these credits, but there are eras of niggas under him that sound came. Like Danger Hands was all that like shock value era. Like it's bro.
Timbaland don't sound the same.
Yeah, he switches up. He switches up, but
he
switches up. A lot of his is due to and now he's taking away from none of these. Like Timbaland, Dre, they know what the fuck they're doing. Like they're extremely extreme, but we know. But they have help. Collaboration is the best way. Like,
no, that's a fact. Like Kanye, bro, I'm telling you, when I first seen the amount of names like they got credit for like producing on Kanye. I forgot which project it was, but I was like, damn, it's a lot of names. This was when I was like, oh, whoever the guy is, they're doing everything. Yeah. But then I was, shown the light. It was like, nah, that's not how this amazing work is being created. Now, you have some people like a Prince that can play everything, or Michael, but I feel like
he had help with stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like the day, and I guess the era of the super producer is gone. There are not many Ryan Leslie's, like it's not many of those.
John Batiste.
Yeah, there's not many of those anymore. Yeah. And that could I don't know what's the reason for it. But
laziness.
I think that could play a part because everything is so accessible now.
How would you say unique?
Laziness.
I feel like that could play a part because everything is so accessible. Like, but again, it's also about what you put into it.
Yeah, I think it's the machine of. I think it's the industry. It's not niggas is making music for money way more than love.
Yeah. You could tell, you could hear it. You could hear it.
Which I feel like
I miss that though. I miss that like you could hear the love in the music. Like that's why I like this space. Like this is one of the only spaces that I've ever been in to where I actually hear the emotion behind what we make. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like even if we bring in instrumentalists and stuff like that, like there's some kind of passion there, you know what I'm saying, for the actual feeling of what the music will bring to other people or to ourselves, you know what I'm saying. Like I don't feel that in mainstream music, hardly in underground sometimes anymore. It's just like, oh, we got to make this so we can get paid. Like there's no more Marvin Gaye's or no more
it's rare
anymore, you know what I'm saying. Like
kids said money is why it doesn't exist.
I agree with
and I super agree about that. And I feel like the industry has always been like that, bro, but I feel like it it's then trickled down to the artist. The artist used to be like for the love, and then the industry was the ones that was like, nah, for the money. Like we need you.
Yeah.
We for real, Chad. I need y'all to make 100 of these.
Right,
and send these, and they loved it enough to be like, nah, fuck that. We gonna do something.
And I think
different.
the big difference is like, I feel like the switch came as far as like it's because of the money now, because no one's getting paid like they were back then. Like to hear Timbaland talking about 50, you dropping 50 bands just for a beat is like, or 100, like getting paid 50 to 100 for just a beat, like
For one beat.
Timbo was talking
Yeah.
like 250K and shit.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's not the money anymore. Like you making that face, but it was even artists like to get a feature for a top artist, you had to pay that.
I can understand a feature.
And so you think a feature's more valuable than a beat?
No,
Damn.
well, that's
Crazy.
no. But hear me out though.
You
Like,
recording the feature on?
I ain't got nothing to say. Like, damn.
I'm just saying because that's a different conversation.
But for real though, like.
But think about it. You
I
yourself
get it.
wasn't paying that. Your label was paying.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah,
you looking at 500K like that's the label. Like
Your
nigga,
label, that's
Yeah,
chump
that's
change
how
to
I'm
them.
like,
we finna make a
yo.
video off this.
Right,
song.
exactly.
It better be something else coming behind that
Yeah, mate.
50K.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you had super producers that had the household name, you can pay them $200K because you know, hey, if this says Timbaland name,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot that comes with it. Like their brand speaks for itself. So whether you a producer or a vocalist or whatever, your brand.
That's what kids just say because Beats used to come with a brand that made
Yeah,
sense way more.
and I feel like now
Yeah.
because producers and I feel like it's more so it's our fault because we allow this whole beat stars, the leasing beats and all this stuff to take over the type beats, the
Instrumentals
YouTube,
and all that shit.
Like, bro, when I was on Facebook one day. This was a few years ago. When I seen a dude talking about he leasing 50 beats for $3 type shit, I was like, nigga, what?
What?
Bro,
the 50 beats for $20 type.
crazy, but it was niggas. And again,
Niggas do be doing that shit. They've been doing that shit since 2012. I ain't even gonna lie.
that's what I'm
since
saying.
2011.
Like platforms like that turned this into like, yes, it's always been about business, but I feel like it took the love away from it because there was so many people. Just like having AI now. Oh, I know if I make 10 of these, I could put this out as a pack as a kid or whatever, and it's gonna be a gang of niggas that's gonna buy it just for one because it's cheap. And when you just about the money, you don't care what they do with it, whatever. You leasing all these beats to 1,000 artists because they pay your bills. Like it's a different mindset now. I feel like if who can say what the game would have looked like, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago if there was a platform like a BeatStars or something like that. You like, it's different. Niggas weren't really leasing beats like that back then.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of leasing beats, but like that's a business model. When you, it's no different than now. I'm here, and this was crazy, but hearing that like artists leasing out verses.
What about leasing lyrics?
No, that's a thing.
Yeah, listen, yeah.
Like that's a real. Like I just said, artists are leasing verses.
Yeah.
They're giving multiple people the same verse to put on their song. All that shit.
What?
That's a real thing. I have a story. I'm not gonna go into it, but I
No,
have
please tell me, because that's some bullshit right there.
I mean, you say it is, but if this artist is okay with it, that's his business model. What can you do?
So y'all telling me that it's niggas getting the same verse,
Yes.
spitting the same shit, and even though their shit got put out there in the world for it to monetize off of,
Think about it.
somebody else is spitting the same shit, making money off
Think
of
about
it?
when Gotti did that verse and like everybody was using that same verse, or he just gave the verse out to people. I forgot what challenge it was.
No, he was giving that verse to go on people's beats. He was looking for different producers to.
No, but I'm saying it was other artists using that same verse, and he allowed them to use it. He was like, yeah, put it on your song, whatever. Like it's multiple artists. That's a business model for them. Like if you know you ain't never finna, if I know I'm never about to use this beat ain't never get out to the world, but I can lease it to somebody and they'll keep buying it. Like I can't be mad. I hate it.
I haven't seen as much, but I do know there are artists, rappers that are leasing same
Yep.
verses. But also I just seeing it's just an uptick in rappers that just like leasing versus period. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm doing, you know, and it's I feel like this is a relatively new thing. Maybe what's happening. But it's like artists reaching out to producers to like, hey, I got RSK does it all the time. Beat placements where he just, you know, sit in the studio to be like, I'm doing beat placements. They send me all your beats, and I drop a verse on it, and then I feel like that's a weird game too. But I fuck with like it's producers that's eating off of it.
Yeah, because again, think about it. If I get a verse from anybody that has a name right now, if I get a Kendrick verse, just saying that produce LJ Wanez featuring Kendrick, like that's gonna go up.
Yeah.
But Kendrick ain't gonna lease his verse.
Kendrick wouldn't, but I'm saying it's abysmal that some artists.
Yeah,
that's how they move.
I feel like that's the like Kendrick wouldn't, but RSK does it all the time, and I think that sometimes devalues, but it still producers be eating off that shit. But after a while, it starts to devalue that verse.
Yeah,
once you be known for
longevity,
like everybody got a RSK feature, and it's not the same verse. Like he definitely does different. He gonna rap on your song. You basically paying for a feature. Like
I legit, I've look.
That's just.
I got niggas that send me like songs. I'm like, yo, we want to use a different beat. Can you make a beat? And they got this verse, and then I discover like this verse has been used thousands of times. And I'm like, bro, what? Now I'm like, I'm not gonna promote this song because just of who I am and how I want my brand to look. I don't even want to be
the Amelie on the verse.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't post like, yeah, I got a Wayne feature, and then you got somebody random as hell, but like, I got that same feature. Like,
yo,
but it's a different beat because I produced something different. Like, nah, I'm not.
Bang to this, bro. That nigga sold Amelie like 4 times.
Facts,
and
bro.
8, bro. Beyonce on that
that bro.
Kid said it kind of reminds me of engineering. You're an engineer and care about the craft, but would definitely record an artist you aren't a fan of for the rate. Providing beats for some are the same thing. Yeah, facts.
No, I agree.
I get that.
I agree. I hate it though sometimes because it be like, bro.
Yeah.
It more so. I think it's different when, and most aren't gonna do this. If an artist let you know up front, like, yo, I got this verse from such and such. This is what it is. But most artists ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Most artists gonna be like, nigga, I had to discover this shit on my own. It was like, nigga, what, bro? I was.
That's a foul shit.
I was like, nah, bro. We definitely had a conversation. I'm like, bro, I can't support this.
Yeah,
like,
that's a fact. Doing features for everybody, I think, is a bit walking the line. But at least you're doing original, you know, features. Yeah. I much prefer like a selective person that selects who he you know, works with and whatnot. But the providing beat situation is funny. I always love the stories, like the beat style stories where like the shit take off and the nigga just sold his shit for $20. Like, bro, Panda is one of my favorite.
Facts. Yeah.
The nigga sold this shit for like $20 on BeatStars, and Kanye rapped on that motherfucker, and he could not come back and get none of this shit.
Wow.
Like
BeatStars contract.
I'd be like, bro, you should have.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm good.
You gotta value your shit, bro.
There's a few songs that popped off like that.
Yeah, a bunch of them, bro. Like that's them stories be like disheartening, but also it'd be like, yeah, that's.
I'm good. You fuck around, end up.
But that's when you really find out, like, what are you really doing it for? You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. I feel like it's a struggle because if you're an up and coming producer trying to get known and you know this is where artists are looking, you're gonna go there.
Yeah, it's survival, bro. Like I tried not. Let me see. No, we said. I try not to not get too much because I understand niggas gotta eat, but what I be wanting to see more so on these platforms is like hold the line, bro. Like but that's because everybody ain't in it for the same reason. Like some niggas in it to and if some niggas in it to just straight profit, and some niggas actually love it and just need to make money. And I feel like if you hold the line and be like, bruh, I'm not going under 100 for a beat. Like let's all, you know, I had to do that. Let's all everybody on this platform, let's get together, let's discuss and say we're not going under 100 for a beat. So that means if baseline is 100, you got this to choose from, and if you fucking with, and if you beat me because you better than me, not because you $20 a beat.
Bro, and that's the thing. Like you have. I think what's happening, you have so many people who are hobbyists, and they find a way to make money off of it. Because again, to make a beat now, it's so accessible. You can make a beat any and everywhere. Back then, you had to spend crazy amount of money on equipment or have access to a studio.
Or
But
know
now,
some people that know how to
but
do it.
now, like you got a phone, you can make a beat, and somebody will buy it.
That shit trash.
Somebody will buy it.
Kid says, I think a similar thing happened with Day and Night, but Cudi came back and gave him a few bands. I'm not sure. I don't remember that because I know Dr. Genius produced Day and Night, and I feel like Cudi and Dot was pretty locked in.
I think the homie Trinidad James, I think the beat he got was on some. Yeah, I think that was on some. And it's crazy because every time I love watching I used to watch DJ Payne content a lot, but his platform always be the one for the producer that got fucked over. Be like, yeah, man, I sold a beat on Big Stars to such and such, and they rapped and now they got paid millions and he ain't come back. I'm like, bro, like I don't know. DJ
Just
Payne
like-
on his platform just always seemed like that's the
Just
space
like
for that.
Beat, with Lil Baby and that guy, yeah, we pay. Yeah, we pay. Yeah, you remember that
no
song he
idea.
made you?
I don't think so.
I forget first turn. He said first young nigga turn raps. I forget how the beat go. You know what I'm talking about. You know what beat I'm talking about. But that beat was also the Bang Yang song.
It happens.
Yeah. I'll
bro.
tell you. And I was like,
It
I knew
happens.
I've heard this beat before, and that makes sense.
happens.
Like literally, like that beat
Yeah,
was
they still-
flowing all over the internet before they picked it up.
When we ended up getting a placement, we was in like the competition, this radio competition thing, and we was up against this other dude, and he would have won, but he didn't own the rights to the beat. He got on some BeatStar shit, and he ain't win. And I'm like, damn. And he couldn't get in touch with the producer, or none of that shit. And he ended up losing. I was like, that's trash. But hey, it shows on your shit. Go about your shit a certain way, man. Because when you're really trying to make moves, if you ain't like, even if your shit blow up and you want to get it synced or whatever, if you ain't got the right paperwork, the right connections, contract, like, it's a wrap. You just missed out on the opportunity.
Yeah.
Damn.
So let's reel it back in a little bit. How
Pause.
that's a pause. Let's reel it back in a little bit. I guess it could be. That ain't a big pause.
He said not a big pause, maybe a little, mini pause.
I'm a lady.
Mini pause. Let's reel it back in. But all right. So do y'all think there is a number? Like, is there a cap to producers on the song? Like when or is it? Does it matter? Is the product just the?
I believe it's about the product.
Yeah, that's what I think it comes
Yeah.
down to. Because again, when I had an idea and thought like it had to be one person, two at the most, because of the clips or three or whatever. But then I seen like Kanye features and like just reading the credits of his stuff. And I'm like, bro, this man got like 30 niggas on here,
Man.
but I love the song. And it's like, okay,
How did the song, how did the product
that's
make
it.
you
It's
feel?
just the
That's right.
product. I think the only people that really, really worry about the numbers as far as who's on or whatever is us. It's the producers. It's the artists.
I
Because
think it's the labels.
I think I don't necessarily think it's the label, because I think the label, they're gonna pay the same fee regardless. Like, they're gonna pay what they're gonna pay, but it's the producers and the artists that's involved in that song who got to split the money. So I feel like that's when you get the I don't know.
I think even past the money, I do think there's a cap, but I think it comes down to the product too. Like I think you get 10 people. Like, what are these 10 people
Yeah, what are they
doing?
doing?
Like,
Yeah.
what are you like? What are you contributing to this? Where do you fit, pause? Where do you fit in?
Right.
That's a pause. Where do you fit into this? And like, are we losing a plot now? Like how connected to you are this? How connected to this song are you? And all
Right.
that. But
Right.
yeah, I feel like it definitely boils down. But I do think you can some of that shit be, bro. Me and Kid used to be tripping listening to some beats, and it'd be like 4 producers, and it'd be like,
Bro, the beat be
sounds.
bro.
I'd be like, bro, what
do you
how
do,
could
fam?
this possibly be 4 producers?
Nah, facts. I've definitely been through that.
Kid says y'all seen that new AI that scans streaming services for songs that use your beat to catch people that don't pay. Nah,
Yeah,
bro,
Kid
what?
showed me that, and I was like, that's crazy. I need to look more into it.
Oh, I'm on live. Damn.
Yeah, he
Hey,
showed me that.
send me
Nah,
that.
it's- It's
I
getting
need
crazy
that.
out here, man.
That's crazy.
That's lit right there, though. Shit, I got a song right
But
now. I
no,
need
because
some
the
back payoff.
thing is, bro, because I think these, and this is a different tangent of a conversation, but like these platforms now, I think they need to do better jobs at like detecting what these songs are, because it was a story I seen probably like a few months ago where it was a guy taking like everyone's songs, like especially like a lot of unknown artists or whatever. He was taking their song, pitching it down a little bit, and reposting them on like platforms, Spotify or whatever, and like he getting sued because they finally figured out. But this man was making bank, like off of just reposting, basically submitting other people's songs. He just pitched it down. So
Wow.
so
So
throughout
it's
that
the
system,
algorithm.
Yeah.
exactly within that system, it doesn't pick up that it's the same song.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just crazy. It's,
I know niggas be eating off on YouTube out there too, like the pitch
Yeah.
down, the slow.
Bro.
They call it
yeah, exactly.
slowed and reverbed or whatever,
Yeah.
the fuck, and they be eating out there. So it's
Wow.
like an interpret. Like I don't know what it becomes at that point, but
I don't know. It's a weird game, but I definitely think with AI and everything that's going on, we need to have some different rules.
Yeah,
'cause-
and I feel like at the end of the day, bruh, you just need to listen to Dr. Dre, bruh, and if it ain't just you
Yeah.
and the artist in the studio, it's too many people, bruh. Like
Yeah.
if you in the studio and you working on a beat and somebody else walk in the room, it's too many
Cut the
people.
beat.
Bruh.
Say, cut the beat.
off.
Cut the beat.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut the beat.
Man,
You're not
just
doing none of
saying.
that, bro. What you trying to get a credit? Get out
Hey,
here.
no, hey, that's real. They do be trying to get credits on
No,
shit.
real shit. That's just
Most
like
people
when
don't
I
know.
was writing or whatnot for the company that I was writing for. Nigga would just walk up in the room talking about, oh no, change that line to say this. Change and then to then. Take
Oh
out the
God,
and.
now they won't have.
And now they want one
What?
point on the record. Like, nigga, what? I
that's-
just wrote this whole damn song. You just telling me to change one
That's
word?
real though.
Like,
That's real
that
though.
shit happened on a daily basis with me. That
But
shit made me sick.
I also think what Dre was talking about was more so like, cause he spoke on it. He was just talking about having a cohesive album, and
Yeah, bro.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, I don't think there are many albums that's
They're
been
not.
came out in the last 5-10 years that are cohesive, even sonic. Like I ain't even talking about like
The theme.
thematically, like you know what I'm saying, what you saying and stuff like that. That's cool. Like we don't have to. That's where we at now. Like we don't. I'm that feel like I'm asking too much. I'm asking too much for you to carry one theme throughout an album as an artist. But can we carry one sonic thing? Like
Yeah,
can it just
yeah.
not feel like a compilation of songs that you recorded
Bro.
throughout the last 2
Yeah.
years? Like I need sonically a world that you're building, bro. And I feel like definitely if that's what Dre was talking about, I fucking
fuck
feel
with that,
you, bro.
yeah.
Like ain't shit. And it's rare that I be hearing these albums and I be like, damn, this nigga really was locked in.
It's a
trying to
few.
make-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
but to be honest, the ones that we do here, they're the
not
top niggas.
mainstream.
No, they are mainstream. Like for me, they're the top of the mainstream. Like a Kendrick album,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
a Cole
Or a Jay
album,
album.
a Dolce
Yeah.
album.
Yeah,
Like
Dolce, yeah.
they're the ones that's up there. But
get that.
but I feel like just the idea of having a cohesive album changed because we're living in a playlist world now.
Yeah, you said
like
single.
everyone's dissecting your project and putting it part of their playlist here or there. Like no one's really just listening to a full album anymore. Like soon as your album hit the platforms, they're already breaking it down and putting you part of one song in this on this playlist because it sounds this way. Like
Yeah.
versus being like, hey, this is the whole album.
Yeah.
It's rare.
We're very much in a single
Yeah.
single oriented world. Like the days of like, and I feel like even like when I was growing up, like the mix, like we was done with albums when I was in high school. Like it wasn't no more albums. It was mixtapes, bro. But
Yeah,
even
yeah.
mixtapes
Yeah.
had a thing.
It
bro.
did,
Like,
it did.
all them
Literally.
jumps
It did.
was
Literally.
bro,
I used
Gucci,
to love listening to
bro.
mixtape.
Gucci and Zay talking with
Yo!
That shit,
I'm-
Wayne,
You
his
know what
whole
I'm saying? Like the
I
whole,
swear.
the drops, all of that. Like, and I feel like
Jeezy.
I feel like people are trying to get back to that nostalgia, but they missing the point. Like even I'm not the biggest Future fan, so I'm finna sound like a hater. But the last Future project, I feel like he was trying to go back to that. But I feel like he missed the point. Like the point was these niggas, like Gucci didn't leave the studio for 2 weeks
Bro,
probably,
it's
and
different.
did that. He probably was leaned the fuck out and just sleeping in the studio. I'm not saying that you gotta kill yourself to make this shit,
I think that's
but you
another
have to
topic,
lock.
too.
Yeah, you have to lock
for
in,
real.
bro. Like You can't be partying every night and then coming back to it, and then a year later let's throw this joint down there. Like, nah, bro. Like, lock in on something, boil it down, and put it out. Like I feel like that's.
Did you say oil?
I said boil.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, because I wish I could have been a fly in the room to like Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they approach. When I seen that, I was like, oh, that had to be something special.
Yeah.
Or like you
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
Jay-Z, Magna Carta,
Magna
like
Carta was crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro.
Like,
Shout out.
that
it's
album was fire.
some joints that I wish. It's some mixtapes that I wish I had. Like, it's some Gucci joints. It's some even like it's some Wayne dedication joints that I wish I had been
Yeah.
on the tour bus. Like, this
Bro.
nigga was just going through.
Going
Like, 'cause
in.
nigga,
Like, what was you thinking
gotta be
about?
locked
Like,
in and
man,
make some
what?
shit like that, bro.
Facts.
Like, you have to
Facts.
be totally like zoned in, bro. But anyway, my niggas, it's about that time. But before we get up off this motherfucker, I gotta tell you that I feel bad for all of y'all niggas that don't get the app, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Specifically because the app will change your life, bro.
Yeah,
Like, it'll change the way you think about yourself, bro. Like, it'll change the way people think about you if you care about that. You know what I'm saying?
And
It'll
it's
change
free
all of that.
to do it. It's like therapy.
And it's super free. But even if you don't get that, bruh, if y'all fuck with beats and shit like that, if y'all fuck with producers, instrumentalists, all of that shit, bruh, we got a Discord.
It's fire too.
Definitely.
Super fun.
We got a Midnight Marauder Discord. If you need the
Definitely.
link, bruh, you can just hit me up in the app. And I'll send you the
Period.
link. And if you ain't got the app, then you can't get. No, I'm just kidding. You can get it.
Nah, but he for real though.
But Midnight Marauder Discord. We've been in that joint having some fun, bro. It's been a
Facts.
good world, and I enjoy waking up seeing. But shit, LJ posting 15-minute beats every morning, and I enjoy that shit, bro. Like, them joints really been coming stupid, bro. And so it's been a good world in that joint. So if y'all, in Discord, hop in that Midnight Marauder Discord. We live in that joint.
Definitely.
Doing some pretty cool shit. Get the app. And man, Mad, I hope you enjoy your time. And I think you in Georgia. Hope you
Shout
enjoying
out.
that kid. I know you down, for a
Hope
little
you feel
bit.
better.
I can't hold a real nigga down for too long though. We'll see you back in the lab soon, bro. I hope you get better. And this has been an episode of Type Beat, another episode of Type Beat. It's been a
Live
pretty
in
decent
outer
one.
space.
C major. I don't think I ever said that at the beginning. I ain't even
At
announced
all.
myself.
Well,
So I've been talking about time.
Before we end this joint,
hold on.
we gotta let it be known that we are open. The internship is
Yeah,
open now.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to improve outside of just getting the app and actually want your skills, your life, it just sounds like you just need to roll unapologetic. That's what it sounds like overall. But yeah, we got the internships open
Hey,
up, and you
bitch,
can.
Producers and engineers, tap
Yeah.
in.
Let's
and
get it.
business
We got
creators,
business,
tap
yeah,
in.
let's
You
get
know
it.
what I'm saying? Period.
And more importantly, in order to do that and submit, you have to get the app. So again,
Yes.
it will change your life. Let's get
Literally.
that.
Tyler said, see y'all
What
next
are you
time. What
gonna
up,
do?
T?
Tyler.
Damn, I ain't never got that nigga that the day before. Like, what up, BT? I'm gonna start calling you that, bro. But anyway, C major, we out.
Yeah. LJ1S, let's get it.
Unique, period.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit. Here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again.